2024. Should we expect some form of an announcement from the president and yourself after the midterms, right after the midterms, in a tradition, sort of that traditional time frame?
You're talking about the election?
The election, yeah.
Listen, the president has been very clear that he intends to run again. And if he does, I will be running with him proudly.
Why do you say probably?
I said proudly.
Oh, proudly.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard probably. I don't want to get that. That would create
Proudly.
Proudly.
Proudly. I'm very proud to be his vice president.
There is no job description technically other than tiebreaker vote in the Senate, which you're now the record holder, move over John Adams, when it comes to tie-breaking votes in the Senate.
Who would have thought
that you'd break John Adams' record?
This kid born in Oakland, California, just broke a record with John Adams.
I think that's
kind of, you got to appreciate that.
That's pretty interesting. From the one who was the very first one. How do you prepare in case of the worst case scenario that your job may hand you? How do you prepare for that?
Well, I pray that it does not. And listen, I think that there is no question that the role and the responsibility of vice president is a very important one. And Joe Biden knows that more than anybody. He and I talk about it. And it is the job of working with the president, doing what I can to be a great partner, to take on and help take on some of the biggest issues that impact our country, both domestically and in terms of foreign policy. And so that's the work that I do. So that has been the work of meeting with over 100 heads of state around various issues, be it Ukraine or what we need to do around our space program. So that is the work of vice president, and it is important, and it is something that I take very seriously.
When President Obama's portrait unveiling,
wasn't that wonderful?
That was a fun little trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
President Biden talked about his relationship with President Obama when he was vice president. When you heard him talk, did you feel as if that was familiar?
Yes.
Are you going to think you're going to be saying the same thing at his portrait unveiling someday?
I absolutely believe if asked to speak at the portrait unveiling of President Biden, I would have so much to say about who he is in terms of his character.
What about your relationship with him?
Well, I was just going to get to that. Give me a second. About his character, about who he is as an individual. He and I, that he talks about, for example, how they talk about family. Joe and I, which is what I call him when he and I are together, the president, we talk about family a lot. We talk about our hopes. We talk about our dreams. We talk about the things that concern us, that worry us, the things that keep us excited about everything we are doing. It's a real friendship. We have a real friendship, and I cherish that.
Do you speak to any of your predecessors? Have you spoken to Vice President Pence?
I talked to him early on, and but not since.
Any of the other living vice presidents?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other ones, like Vice President Quayle?
Vice President Gore, I've talked to him.
And Vice President Gore,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And, all of them were...
Any similar advice they give?
Well, I think the advice is to do the work in a way that appreciates the importance and the role and the responsibility of being vice president to a president who ultimately is the one. The president is the one who sits at that resolute desk. Nobody else in a nation of 330 million plus sit at that desk. One person does, and it's the president. And the vice president's job is to be there to support everything that the president needs to do. But there's only one person that makes those decisions, and it's the president.
I want to ask you one final question, and it's a little off the beaten path, but it's about Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's more of here we are, the United States of America.
Yeah.
This is a capital city of one of our 50 states.
And it's tragic what's happening.
And there's
It's tragic.
Look, state, city, federal, everybody's let these people down, haven't they?
Well, I've talked to the mayor, Lumumba, and the president has talked to him, and we have the governor there has declared a state of emergency. FEMA is sending.
Well, everybody's trying now. But isn't that the frustration?
Well,
it's now.
However, it is a Jackson, Mississippi, that is an example of why we were pushing for the infrastructure law that now is the law of the land. so that we are sending billions of dollars to places like Jackson to upgrade what is a decaying infrastructure across our country. And so that's why I'm talking to you earlier about what we're doing here in Houston on a thoroughway called Telephone Road, what we're doing on I-40 in North Carolina, because this is the work that needs to get done. And so help is coming, because we actually came into office knowing that generations of leaders have been talking about fixing America's infrastructure and failed, and we actually got it done.
The space program.
Yes.
Let's hope we
Very
get Artemis.
excited.
Let's get this Artemis in the air.
Artemis is going to get in the air. We're going to get
All
it
right.
done, and that's Artemis 1.
Yep.
Which is the test of the whole mechanism, the rocket, right? Artemis 2, then we're going to send human beings up to test it. And then Artemis 3, you know, Apollo, we went to the moon, and it was kind of a temporary visit. Planted a flag, and right? Artemis 3, we're going to send humans to the moon to live and work for a period of time, to do extraordinary scientific research and discovery in a way that is going to disclose and uncover God knows what in terms of what will be innovative, what will help human condition, what will impact how we can address the climate crisis. I'm very excited about it.
How soon will one of you're having to give a speech here at the Space Johnson Space Center?
Yes.
It's part of one of your jobs. You're on this.
Yes, I'm the head of the Space Council.
One of your successors at Space Council is going to have to give this speech at a mission control that's on the moon. When does that happen? When do you think we have sitting vice presidents go to the moon to go visit our people that are living there?
Not soon enough.
Yeah.
It's very exciting, and I will say with an immense amount of pride that America's space program, from the beginning, you know, you can look back to Senator LBJ, much less Vice President, President, of course, President Kennedy. Look at the course we as America have charted in terms of the potential for space, space exploration, not to mention what we're doing on Earth in terms of an investment in STEM and educating our kids and the workforce around all of this very exciting, innovative work that is really about strengthening our nation and literally the world, if not the universe. It's very exciting.
It is. Thank you.
So thank you. Thanks,
All
Jeff.
right.
Okay.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.